Line up, you f***ing nerds. Who wants a shot at the champ?
They bring the heat.
Francis Ngannou is the hardest puncher in the history of fighting.
They bring the knowledge.
If you think this fight is going 5 rounds, you are out of your mind.
They bring you the picks.
The dog is getting it done in this one.
We deliver every single week. We're bringing the heat, ladies and gentlemen.
The money line.
Don't miss it on the MMA Experts channel each week. The Money Line. We are live, a special late night edition of the show because we always deliver. I am AJ, joined as always by my guy Mike Finch. What's up, buddy?
This is Money Line late night. Yeah, come and get your picks right. Picks right. This is Money Line late night. Yeah, come and get your picks right. Picks right. What up, AJ? I see you freaking out about the dudes beating up girls in the Olympics and shit. AJ's on one this week, folks. Good to see you late night, buddy. Thanks for staying up at 1 a.m. in Florida. You're the man.
Well, listen, no problem. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be chopping it up. We got a good show coming at you. What's interesting is we already got fighters weighing in for this card, which is a first time ever for the show. We got the live weigh-in results. We've already had several fighters, everybody so far that has weighed in, making weight. So that's good.
Bro, I didn't even put that together. They already weighed in?
Yeah.
They didn't do a ceremonial yet, though.
No, that's at 10 a.m. So I'll be doing my ceremonial weigh-in recap show tomorrow around 1 o'clock.
Oh, shit. Well, maybe I'll drop my fucking locks and bets tonight because I didn't realize that's really what I want to see. I want to see them emaciated on the scale and see how they look, you know?
That's a major factor. I agree.
Shit, I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah, let's go. We're on point, man. I'm feeling good. You know, we're not going to go too in depth about the Olympic atrocities that people seem to be pushing under the rug, but I do have a petition out to ban biological males from women's sports. If you are interested in supporting the mission at a fair sport for all of women's athletics, which I think, you know, most of you will be behind, I have the link for it at change.org, linked up right here in the live chat. So, you know, make sure you click it. I'm actually going to put it in the description as well. So at the end of the stream, you guys can go sign it if you're interested in supporting it. We got like over 150 signs right now. And listen, I think we're en route to potentially hitting at least 1,000 by the end of the week. So I'm looking forward to that.
If you support men fighting women in sports, you're not a feminist. This is not, you're not pro women, right? They are corrupting. They are taking potentially Olympic medals this year in boxing from women. This is disgusting. This is absurd. This, if you even just, you know, when I was born 31 years ago, right? This would have, nobody would have dreamed that this would be a problem. That sounded like some bizarre topsy-turvy Truman Show shit. Okay.
Right.
It's an old movie for you kids.
I seen it.
You seen it. All right. Jim Carrey fan? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wife's whole family's big Jim Carrey fans. This is something we need to actually take a stand on. Your voice does matter. Don't let them tell you it doesn't. Signing AJ's petition is something I'll do right after the show.
Let's go. I'm glad to have you on my team supporting. We do have a fun card coming at you guys this weekend. And because it's a late week show, we're not going to elaborate much on this upcoming, or excuse me, on this previous UFC card, but just quickly wanted to shout out and new champion Belal Muhammad. I know you talked about this on your show, Finch, man. It was a standout performance. Belal looked incredible. Boxing, not Canelo, but better than we've seen ever before. I'll tell you
they
that.
had to say that to ruin it. How about that jab, bro? The pressure. He was boom, boom, just snapping the hardest jab he possibly could in Leon's face. Leon didn't know what the fuck to do with it. Leon was out there like it was 6 a.m. Motherfucker was sleepy. Yeah. And we saw him like that in that first Kamaru Usman fight. And he had to pull it out of the fire, Leon. And he just he couldn't pull it out of the fire this time. You saw him even when he took the back of Belal. He decided to camp. He does not have that dog in him, you know, and that got exposed. So I thought Leon would be a much better striker, but it doesn't matter if you don't bite down on your fucking mouthpiece and keep that guy off you, Leon. Bend your fucking knees and turn your hips into some punches. When he did decide to throw some shots, it got, you know, I can't even give him that much credit. Bilal whooped his ass. Bilal marched him down in that cage and just whooped his ass. Bilal went in there to die. Leon went in there to cash a check. Leon was like, you heard him at the press conference. It's Bilal. They're like, are you scared? He's like, it's Bilal. And you saw him fight like that. It's Bilal. Yeah, well, Bilal just beat the shit out of you. And I wish I would have saw it coming. Look, I trained with Bilal a long time ago. He's so much better now, dude. He is so much better. My buddy Kevin, shout out to Kevin, sent me a picture of Bilal in 2017 when I was training with him. I didn't train with him a couple times, and in 2024, I mean, homie has evolved clearly. So shout out to Bilal. This is water, but cheers, Bilal. Congrats.
Cheers, Bilal. He looked fantastic. And I think Shavkat Rakhmonov is seeming to be the next fight, which is definitely an attempt from the UFC to end him quickly. I don't think they want to put together the Leon rematch.
You didn't think Dana loved that fight? You saw his reaction after? Didn't Dana look super happy putting the belt on Bilal after Bilal just had a boring 5-round fight where he didn't do a whole lot? Some of the takedowns were nice. How about those high crotches? Yo, here's, I don't know if this is why he does it. It's probably Mike Cannon and Lewis Taylor. They deserve the shout out, but shout out to Asif Oscar, who, when I would wrestle with Asif, every time in the UFC, AJ, everybody does this. They push you into the fence and they try to pull your legs out from under you. That's not what Bilal did. Bilal would shoot in and he'd pick Leon up. Every single time. He'd put that high crotch really deep, the forearm really deep, and he'd pick him up. And it worked beautifully. When you're strong, like Asif Oscar is, shout out to him, or like Bilal Muhammad is, just pick him up. They have a lot more trouble stopping that. That's the way Daniel Cormier very commonly takes people down. Remember him throwing Dan Henderson through the air? This is the way. This is the way, Mandalorian fans. Pick them up. Bilal did it all night.
It was fantastic, man. Shout out Bilal for the win. Shout out Tommy Aspinall for destroying Curtis Blades and calling out John Jones in what is, I think, a must-see fight, but it seems like there's a chance it doesn't happen. It really depends on how this Jones-Stipe fight plays out, and then an extra issue there is what happens with Jones-Stipe if there's an injury. Aspinall might be defending the interim belt for a second time. Like, it's not a guarantee either one of them come out unscathed. And I don't think Stipe is fighting after the Jones fight.
It's not a guarantee either of them fights again, like you just said, right?
Yeah.
Yo, I was all in on the Tom Aspinall fight. Thank God, bro. Thank God, because Bobby Green flopped for me. We're not there yet. Leon flopped. So thank God I went all in on Tom Aspinall. I think I put 200 or 200 and something on Moneyline, and then he was in 2 or 3 parlays I had. I even put out an inside the distance one on my Telegram, and that obviously hit. So Tom Aspinall finishes people, man. Best heavyweight in the world.
Best in the world. Payroll MMA. Thank you for $199. Sandhagen 49.46, 1-3-5. Lock it in. All right. Well, listen, you're gonna find out what Finchman and I got to say. If you haven't seen the content earlier in the week from me, then I guess you will be surprised here shortly. Let's get it. Thank you, bro. And fight before that, Patty the Batty. Bobby Green wrestled him. Bobby Green's turning into Bobby Gamrot. I don't understand the mentality. What? I know that he was having a little bit of difficulty with the distance management with the striking, but shooting a takedown wasn't the best. I keep trying to box, keep finding your flow, or at least try to get him against the fucking cage, man. Shooting a double leg like that in the open mat and taken down, locked in a triangle armbar was absolutely badass. Paddy Pimblett's hype jumped a ton. His aura is going through the damn roof with this W here. And Bobby Green got put to sleep, man. It was badass.
That's a good point, which is that Patty now is going to be a better fighter because of this. He'll believe the hype. He'll be, you heard him say, oh yeah, I was out striking him, this and that. I mean, whether or not that really what was happening, fight was pretty short, man. Bobby might've been able to knock him out, but if he believes it, he believes it. That's going to help him come in confident into his next fights. Cause I think Patty does struggle with a little bit of confidence. He's got some mental health things going on. You heard him say on fight week, oh, I thought about pulling out of this fight. My coach wanted me to pull out. Imagine if he pulled out. Imagine if he didn't have that performance, the performance of his career so far. So his jiu-jitsu is beautiful to watch, man. He's got really nice guillotine triangle. He fights a very active guard, which you don't see a whole lot. You see a lot of people get taken down and they're like, how do I get back up? You see Patty get taken down. He's like, how do I strangle this motherfucker? Right? Bobby, he's never been submitted in the UFC. He gets put in a triangle. AJ, when you're in a triangle, which way do you circle? Do you circle into it so you choke yourself more? Or do you circle the other way so you open up your artery? Bobby, this is white belt shit. Why did he circle into the choke? Bobby strangled himself. It was a beautiful triangle. We got to give credit to Patty. But the only thing Bobby did that was dumber than taking Patty Pimblett down was circling the wrong way in the triangle. What the fuck was he doing in there? It was hard to watch, man. That was hard to watch. Bobby, quit boxing and take a jiu-jitsu class. Damn it, Bobby. Damn it. That was one of the most disappointing losses I've ever seen. That was incredibly bad.
Let me tell you, I have to flex some results for myself on this card, bro. If you watch Wednesday's show, 7-0 for me on all of the confident calls. Swept all of the most confident picks. Swept the underdogs. If you played my DGen parlay, it's 2 weeks in a row of over plus 1,000 cashing. So I'm pretty damn happy with how everything went for this UFC 304 card. And I feel like it's adding to confidence leading in. And you know what, bro? I picked Oban Elliott, which was the most unexpected win of the night. That was a big doubt pick. Everybody was like, no, AJ, no. A few people were in, but like most people were like, no way.
Good job. Seven confident picks is sick. That's awesome.
Thanks,
7 is a big number. And I mean, yeah, I was definitely thinking Patty was about to get smacked the fuck up. I mean, even Loughran let me down, fuck, man. He should have shot it. Dude, shoot a takedown. Hadley's moving around with his elbows up, like lean like a cholo, side to side, elbows up, side to side. Like, bro, just shoot under the, it's just his hit. You could see his belly, but like, just shoot under him. He doesn't even have his hand, like Bobby Green has the hands low. It's hard to take him down. You didn't need to take him down. He's just going to shoot right on the jiu-jitsu guy. But that was a disappointing performance too. So that's a fucking sick card to go 7-0 on, honestly.
Thank you, my man. Yeah, I was very happy with everything for UFC 304. I went 11-3 in total. I said, damn, if I would have just picked Bilal, pull the fucking rabbit out of the hat.
I had most of my bets. I had Peterson over Kiefer Crosby.
Yeah.
That was a beatdown. That was easy to call.
Easy money.
Mick Parkin, who trained with Tom Aspinall the whole camp, he got a fucking performance bonus. Homie got $100,000.
He looked good
because Bobby called for it at the press conference. I can't believe Dana actually answered that call. Who else? I mean, most of them. The Tommy Aspinall inside distance, Tommy Aspinall money line, etc. I'm fucking missing. Nathaniel Wood. So I don't know. Break even night. It is what it is. We're back on the fucking horse. Let's go.
Let's go. Listen, we got a fantastic card coming up for us this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. Finchman and I are going to break it down. Make sure you guys smash the likes. If you're new, subscribe. Let's start it off. Cedric Dumas versus Denis Tiuliulin. Simple story is, do you think Dumas has improved a little bit in each one of his UFC fights? Because if he has had any relative skill set improvement, he is going to dominate Denis Tiuliulin, who hasn't shown any improvement. It's a simple fact. I mean, he's 11-9 as a professional fighter. He's about as journeyman as you can get inside of the UFC. The guy hits with some pop. He's a brawling striker, but he has a really subpar grappling skill sets. Dumas has a massive advantage on the ground. He's also a significantly quicker striker, and I think he's the better kickboxer. I think Dumas is going to win this thing. I think he's good to go. I think he's good as golden. I think probably it depends, though. With Dumas, he is a guy who's willing to be patient. So I could see him getting a dominant decision, but it wouldn't be crazy if he ends up submitting Tiuliulin, who's been submitted a lot in the past. But officially, I did lean decision as the, prop method. But I feel like, money line is the A side. Dumas down the center. in a parlay is something nice, I think. And I'm confident that he wins the fight either way. I definitely think he has some decent upside potential, late 20s, developing middleweight, and good athleticism. I'm picking him with confidence.
He has gotten better. To answer your question, you guys remember when I picked Josh Fremd, who was an underdog against him, ended up getting him because Cedric Dumas's jiu-jitsu sucked. He has gotten better for sure. And Tiuliulin is, probably not. He's looking for a brawl. He wants you to stand right in front of him and go toe-to-toe. I don't think Cedric Dumas will do that. I think he will score a couple takedowns as well. Cedric Dumas probably on the scorecards, even though Tiuliulin's finishable. I don't know that I'm running to bet on it. I'll probably look at a little more tape before I drop the pick. But I'm thinking that Dumas is a pretty solid pick here, and I like that he can win in multiple areas here. He could outstrike him, but he could also take him down and ground and pound him. That seems likely to me.
I think so too, my man. I think we're on the same page mentally leading up to this one. Now, the odds for the fight, it is a little bit of a chalky line for Cedric. He's sitting currently at minus 235, but I think it's a good parlay piece. Tiuliulin plus 200. An over 1.5 is relatively likely at minus 165, and a Dumas decision currently at plus 275. I like the money line of Dumas mixed in with something else as a quality parlay piece straight down the center. Shows money line, and there's a reason for it. Dumas to win the fight.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's keep on running. Listen, we got more. Next fight. We got more. We got a lot more. Next fight on the card, Jai Herbert versus Rolando Bedoya. I like Bedoya in this fight right here. I think he can come through. I think he's a good underdog. Let me tell you something about Bedoya that maybe at home some of you guys haven't heard throughout the week that don't know. Maybe you're only tuned into this show. You haven't seen my thoughts earlier. Rolando Bedoya is training at Shoot the Box Diego Lima, opposite the likes of Elves Brener, who's on this card, opposite the likes of Charles Oliveira, the former champ. And he's also cutting to 155. And if you have seen some updated pictures of Rolando Bedoya, he's no longer the chubby kid that was a tough out for Chaos Williams in his debut. He's absolutely shredded. He seems to be taking his MMA career more serious than ever before. And I expect him to also have a slight surprise in the grappling edge over Jai Herbert. Now, to be fair, Jai Herbert is a relatively good kickboxer, but he's a mid-tier guy. He's a decent bottom-end UFC lightweight. His kicking skills are nice. He's best known for dropping Ilia Topuria with a high kick. He was knocked out in that fight. Topuria is also a featherweight who moved up in weight for the fight and was essentially the perfect height for that high kick. I don't see him doing that to a Bedoya. You look at Bedoya's 2 UFC losses. Yes, the Kenan Song one was pretty clear, but a lot of people felt that he beat Chaos Williams in the debut. And now I have him shredding up, dialing in his game, moving down to 155. I like Rolando Bedoya's chances here. I think he can win a hard fight against Jai Herbert, and I think he's a good underdog.
Damn. Well, I was already on the fence, and you just fucking broke. You should sell cars or something, bro. I think you just flipped my pick because, Jai Herbert is a bit chinny. He's a bit chinny, and he's a good striker. So even hearing you call him I don't want to put words in your mouth, journeyman or whatever the word you use.
I say he's a good kickboxer, but relatively mid-tier journeyman.
Mid-tier.
As far as his whole game. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. His kickboxing's nice. I think he's in a fucking really talented division. Blow Jai Herbert up to heavyweight, he's a title contender. He's good. But he's just in one of the top 3 at best. At worst, rather, divisions. And I think that's a problem. And he's a little chinny. And Bedoya training with the Shoot the Box guys, fuck. It's a tough call. I was about to say Herbert and no bet, but how much is Bedoya a dog?
Bedoya is currently only plus 108 dog. He was a bigger dog earlier in the week, but people have been betting on him. Yeah,
pretty close.
We got a dono too. Gervin Enamorado. Thank you for $1.99. We appreciate you. Very generous. Good
appreciate you, Gervin. Thank you so much. And thank you to the previous dono as well. Fuck. I don't know. Jai Herbert's pretty good. This kid's coming from Brazil, eh? Peruvian.
He's a Peruvian savage.
Peruvian.
Peruvian necktie incoming.
Man, all right. I'm gonna check weigh-ins, and if what you said is true, I'll flip my pick. But I came here to pick Jai Herbert. I think he's a little cleaner with the kickboxing, even though it's gonna be fucking competitive. He went to a split decision with Chaos Williams. Bedoya is no joke. But I was gonna pick Jai Herbert. Aside from him being chinned, I think he could get a 29-28 decision using his kickboxing.
Okay, I respect the call. On the other side, the odds for Jai Herbert are -128 and over 2.5, which relatively likely, but I like the money line of Bedoya more, sits at -180. And then looking at a Herbert decision +170. And on the flip side, Bedoya is +300 for a decision. I'm going to go with Rolando Bedoya, Finchman, going for Jai Herbert. I'm excited to see this fight play out. Bedoya, though I feel like he has like some decent hands on him and, a bit of submission skill. He's got 7 decision wins. And then if you look on the opposite side, knockouts a lot for Jai Herbert, but 2 wins by decision in the past for him. He's also been KO'd 3 times. I'm going with the side of Bedoya. I'm having some faith in coming in shape, coming in shredded. He made weight already, something to note. So
I'm trying to find it, bro. That's where my eyes have been this whole time. I'm trying to find these fucking weigh-ins.
I don't know if they have a video, bro. I don't know. I can, you know what? If you want, I can check Getty Images to see if they've put anything up for this card yet.
You don't got, that's a lot. You don't got to do all that. But, if he's on that Paulo Costa secret juice, I mean,
might work. He hit up Paulo Costa before this fight. He said, listen, I need
you guys seen something. Paulo came out with the secret juice? You saw that?
He's selling it now. I'm waiting to get my my call. When am I getting it?
Paulo Costa is selling the secret juice, man. Wow. He should have been doing it the whole time, man.
I think it's lost magic.
Yeah, he should have been doing it the whole time. He waited so long, I know.
Why did he wait? That doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, Bedoya looks good on the scale, bro. I found it.
Okay.
Bedoya looks lean. He looks tan. He looks like a different guy.
You wouldn't recognize flip me. I didn't know who to pick in this one. It's a good fucking fight. Fuck it. We'll both go dog.
Let's go.
We'll go Bedoya. I don't know, folks. I'm not betting on this one. This is a great matchup.
Next fight on the card, we have Victoria Dudakova versus Sam Hughes. I'm going with Victoria Dudakova to get the win. I think she's got some skills, this potential on the table. Sam Hughes is a strong girl. She's a decent back-end gatekeeper. She's got some grit to her for sure. She's been in bad spots like the Jacqueline Amarim fight where it looks like it's over in the first round. Amarim gasses. She wins the next 2, pulls off a decision. But as, tough as she is, I think Dudakova has some legit skill. I'm not betting it, though. I'll tell you straight up, man. I'm fearful of the bet in this one because Sam Hughes, I don't know. Sam Page has got that dog in her where she's nerve-wracking to bet against with an unproven prospect in Dudakova, who has been on her back in a couple of fights and lost rounds, even in, the debut or the Contender Series fight. So it just gets me a little bit worried. But I'll pick Dudakova to win. I think she can eke out 2 rounds. She's technically superior, and I don't think Sam Hughes has got the goods to dominate. So I will pick Dudakova as a prospect.
I will as well. Look, Sam Hughes is tough. She's got a little bit of ground and pound, a little bit of grappling with her, but Dudakova is no slouch on the ground. Dudakova wins by submission often. Dudakova's on the way up. You could imagine her keeping on going and eventually challenging for a title. I like that it's on her side of the world. She's Russian. Abu Dhabi, not so bad. A little bit more for an American to go. And then, the records are, Hughes has got that, terrible record. But she did get better. She's fought some good competition, maybe better competition than Dudakova. Yeah, better competition than Dudakova. So it's a good fight. I think the odds are maybe a little wide for my liking. This will be another one. This is on my short list of tape studies to do because if I'm going to bet on this fight, I really got to rewatch, their last couple and dig into it because the odds are a little wide. But my initial hunch is Dudakova should be able to win a decision.
Let's go. Dudakova for both of us. We got a dono, Mark. Thank you for a month of membership. You're a gangster. Approaching my 2-month of membership. God bless you, AJ and Finch. Christ is king. Hey, amen, my brother. God bless you. Thank you for 2 months, bro. You're a G supporting the channel. Fuck yes.
Let's go, Mark. Is that beans as your profile picture?
That's funny. It looks like those beans you get at school, bro, where they're serving that sloppy beans at the cafeteria.
I'm good on
Good.
that,
Mark,
bro.
we got to get you a little bit of a more stylish pick. You deserve it. You're a good man. Reeves, 5 months? You're a G. 5 months with me, my guy. Thank you, Reeves. You're a badass, bro.
Fuck yeah, guys.
Thank you always. Let's go. We
Let's
appreciate you. Savages. Let's go. Let's look at the odds real quick for this fight. -175 for Dudakova. Finch, I think you're maybe a bit more confident on this side. You think Dudakova, potential parlay piece bettable?
Yes, but before I do that, I have to rewatch the fights because what, 4-1?
Right now, no. -175. Close.
Oh, way closer than I thought.
Yeah.
Well, that really helps. Yo, I missed this one earlier. I just wanted to give a shout out. It's a fucking awesome idea, bro. Rear naked strangle Moneyline shirt, dude.
That would be sick.
Dude. That's a great idea, Miller
That would
Time.
be
Thank
sick.
you for that. I could not let. I had to go back and find that one.
That would be sick.
Yeah, now that you just said those odds, that sounds a lot better. I don't know. I'll drop my bets tomorrow and I'll make that decision. But yeah, it's definitely one. I think did it make my most confident on Monday?
I saw it. Yeah.
So you know, I like, you know, the intangibles on this one. Give me Dudakova decision. But you know, I don't think the records say everything. You got to dig a little deeper, be confident in this one if you're going to parlay it.
Over is -450 for an over 2.5. So pretty chalky.
Highly likely.
That is highly likely. I'll be
The
shocked.
Hughes is tough. I mean, say what you want. Look at that face. That woman's got leather for cheeks.
Leather.
She's
Leather
gonna
cheeks.
cut this out. So
Let's
I'd
go.
be very impressed if Dudakova submitted Sam Hughes, even though she submits most girls she fights.
Calmo, gangster, $8.99. You're a G.
Go.
You boys better pick flip Tony or I'll be disappointed. Also, respect you, AJ, for exposing those men beating on women. They're not acceptable. My man, I appreciate you, bro. I'm glad you like the base takes.
Tomo, W for the picture. That's my cat, bro. I've also got a Balinese cat, and they're phenomenal, right? It's a freaking great cat. Soft like a rabbit, super smart. She like meows on command. Look at those two beautiful cats. Now I got to hate on you. There. You're looking for they are. They are not acceptable. THEY''RE. Grammar Police has got you, brother. Thank you so much for dropping the dono.
That's funny.
I got your back. I'm helping you out, Tomo. I got you, dude. Thank you so much. And yeah, AJ, you are a G for exposing them.
Thanks,
I better pick flip to Tony. I don't know, bro. We're getting there.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Let's keep running up. Next fight on the card, we have Guram Kutateladze versus typical Polak prisoner look. Holy shit. It looks like I just looked up convicts in the somewhere in the Polish region. Holy shit. Listen, Guram Kutateladze versus Jordan Vucenic. Yeah, give me the guy with the thick Muslim-like beard over the man with face tattoos all day. I think Guram's got this thing, though. Vucenic's game, and he's got a good skill set. Moving forth, he's going to be at 145. That's his natural weight class. He's got some good jiu-jitsu. He's pretty quick. He's athletic. His hands are not bad. His striking is decent overall, but the ground is really where I feel like he shines. Guram, say what you want about the Elves Brener fight, but like you can't judge him just off the worst performances. In his debut, even though he won a controversial decision, still went distance and was close with Mateusz Gamrot. In his sophomore appearance, he was, ends up on the wrong side of a decision against Damir Ismagulov. Guram's pretty good. Guram's good enough to beat a Vucenic, and a Vucenic coming in on like a week's notice. So I think Guram's good as gold. I just think the issue lies upon if you're chasing prop bets, because Guram in the UFC hasn't been a great finisher. Does have some knockouts outside of it, though. I do lean Guram decision, as I think Vucenic comes in shape. I'd like to see him get a KO, but straight down the center on the money line is the A side.
Yeah, I'm looking at my cousin commenting on it. Seems like a steep step up for a UFC debut. Well, Tyson, the other problem here is that Vucenic is a featherweight. Vucenic is used to fighting at 145 pounds. He's had success at finishing guys at 145 pounds. Now you're stepping up to lightweight. He's had like at least a lightweight fight before, but he's stepping up to lightweight against Guram Kutateladze, who is a real lightweight, who, because he was beaten up on Elves Brener before, losing. I think that Kutateladze is going to be able to handle him, and that's too bad because Vucenic is good, and Vucenic can win this fight. But short notice, stepping up a weight class. Not everybody can Jake Hadley it on short notice. I think Vucenic's going to get cooked here. Kutateladze is a real UFC vet. And, if Vucenic was brought up properly, maybe he does beat Kutateladze in 1 or 2 years. But having this as your UFC debut, that's a tall order, my friend. Give me Kutateladze, and Kutateladze potentially finishes him because Vucenic himself is a guy who finishes fights, lots of submissions and whatnot, and Guram Kutateladze could definitely do something on the feet. So Guram Kutateladze TKO seems viable, especially because this is short notice.
Vucenic fought last week too. He fought really recently. And we're going to look at last week. He fought a guy who was 12-8 as a pro. And now he's taking on Guram, who's a 3-fight UFC vet who's fought decent opposition. I just think Guram should dominate this fight. It would be a bit of a hard fail for Guram if he ends up losing here. I mean, his UFC job might be at stake at that point. So I think Guram's good as gold. Like I said, I like that new terminology I'm using for some of the comments. Good as gold, man. Good as gold. Listen, minus 225 range as the favorite. I think it's a great parlay piece. I really do. I look at it and I'm like, Vucenic's path to victory, he better do a fucking knee bar or an ankle lock. And he's not known for them. So I don't see him tapping out Kutateladze.
Yeah, I mean, that's really the pick if you're going Vucenic. He finds a way to get a submission here. You got to think Kutateladze is able to handle him on the feet, grapple with him well enough. So I think Kutateladze third round TKO.
Kutateladze third round TKO. You know what, Finch, though? Now we got to read off the knockout prop. Knockout for Kutateladze plus 300. And if you like him in the third round, you can get it at plus 1,000.
Jeez. You had to do that to me? Wow. Plus one. Now I need to touch it. Plus 1,000. Yo, Vegas, why you do this to me? Third round TKO.
Third round TKO is even higher. I just did third round in general. Third round TKO, Finch. You know what you're looking at for Kutateladze in the third round? You're looking at actually plus 1,100, so even better.
Well, but that's not because, I'd rather just go with the plus 1,000 third round. What if he fucking
leg lock, fucking
right?
What crazy shit.
So that ain't worth it, dog. No, plus 1,000 third round though. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
all right, and then Kutateladze inside distance.
If you're just looking to play him inside distance, you still got decent plus money. You're currently sitting at plus 250 for a Kutateladze finish. So he is kind of expected to get it on the scorecards for a decision. It's just plus 110.
Got you. Thank you for that. You guys know the name of the show.
Moneyline. Moneyline's the A side, but you only live once. You got to enjoy yourself a bit. You got to sometimes risk it for a little extra plus.
Yeah.
So,
I think this guy's good, though. I mean, we just hyped up Kutateladze for 10 minutes. Vucenic's good. Vucenic has a way to win this fight. It's submission. He's got a tall order in front of him. Let's see it. Let's see if this step up and weight, short notice fight pays off.
We shall find out in a day and a half.
True. We're not used to that, right?
Right? It's coming quick. Let's get it. Listen, let's keep running. We got more fights. Next fight on the card, Shamil Gaziev, Lord Gaziev versus Dontel Mays. I know Dontel's known as Lord Kong, but listen, Lord Kong has got no shot against the real Lord Gaziev. Listen, let me tell you something. Don't doubt Gaziev because of a loss to Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Rozenstruik is a high caliber and experienced UFC veteran who has been in the game for a very long time now. In a sophomore appearance, hindsight 2020, you see it and you're like, yeah, that's a big step up. Former pro kickboxer Rozenstruik, knockout wins over, good strikers from the last era of heavyweights like JDS and Overeem. Now he's fighting Dontel Mays. Dontel Mays is just one of those guys where I would score him a C level UFC fighter, right? He's got some moments that are good, like the knockout of Arlovsky, but a lot of the time he doesn't show a ton of power. He's decent, but a little slow on his feet, a little awkward. You never watch a Dante Mays fight and are mesmerized by the skill set. Shamil Gaziev has had moments where it's like, damn, this guy's top 10, top 15. I think Gaziev smothers him. I think Gaziev makes him uncomfortable. I think Gaziev has a big ground game advantage. And I think Gaziev can finish him, especially in Abu Dhabi. Gaziev's not losing here. He's going to pull through. And I think he bodies Dontel. I think he hurts him on the feet. I think he's cleaner. I actually think Gaziev's definitely quicker than Dontel Mays, too. He's not losing to Dontel Mays. Give me Gaziev confidently.
Yeah, Gaziev confident as well. I think the takedowns will be key here. As soon as he scores a takedown, slows Mays down a little bit. You know, Mays has some crafty shit he likes to throw. That'll probably leave him open to getting taken down, though. You know, he's going to throw a leg out there on some dumb front kick or something and get his foot caught, something like that. I almost said Guram Kutateladze. We said his fucking name so much. Shamil Gaziev is going to be able to hit takedowns in this fight, and I believe he is going to be able to dominate Dontel Mays. It is Dontel Mays after all. So especially now you consider the part of the world it's in. Right. It's lining up for Gaziev. This fight should work out for him well. I like Gaziev a lot. Give me Gaziev. And the money line's fine. It could be a parlay piece.
I like it. Let me say this, bro. Dontel Mays is 11-6 currently as a pro. Doesn't he seem like an 11-7 fighter? That record just looks right on him. I've seen it. I already know. Dang. It's what I see. He's an 11-7 guy. Shamil Gaziev is 12-1, and we're gonna write him off because of a loss against Rosenstruik. I'm not. You shouldn't. Gaziev is going to dominate, and Money Mauler's a gangster. Thank you for gifting a membership, bro. You're a G. I like the Bobby Green pick, too. I know Mike Finch loves that.
Wow, he kept Bobby up there. That's ballsy, Money Mauler. To keep Bobby up there after that, props to you, dude.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm going with Mr. Gaziev, man. I'm going with the Mushmello to whoop this average fellow. Minus 265 for Gaziev. Give me a confident call. Plus 225 for Mays. It's Gaziev all night long. Inside distance, Gaziev is minus 145. I like Gaziev parlay piece. I do think the submission is live at plus 425. I know he could end up getting a knockout, but
you rhymed again.
Huh?
Live at 245. You rhymed again, bro. You're on fire right now.
Listen, I was actually a rapper, bro. You don't know. We don't know about
that, right?
That.
I've got some tracks out.
I used to be like a little mix of Run DMC and Kid Rock, you know?
Is that right? Damn,
yeah.
I don't even. What the fuck would that sound like?
With a little Andre Bocelli in there. It was all in Italian.
Now you wildin'. But nah, you got bars, dude. Hey, we're both on Gaziev.
Let's go.
Yeah, that it seems logical.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. If it doesn't happen, I got a noose there. Gonna fucking grab it.
Stop. He's joking, folks.
I'm kidding.
Joking. You're gonna get this fucking show pulled. All right, we already shit on the transgender boxer. Now you gotta fucking go suicide, bro. What the fuck, AJ? What are you on today?
Let's go. Let's keep running, man. This is AJ no reefer, bro. This is what happens, man. I say crazy as shit. I don't know. It's like the opposite. All right. Let's get to the next fight. Yo, what's up, Useless? You're a gangster.
Let's go.
Mohammad.
Why is Yahya so upset, bro? Look at Yahya's.
I was doing the Yahya face. You didn't notice.
You were doing it? Oh, I couldn't tell at all, bro. No, actually, no. The beards are pretty similar. You do have the same cut. The jib is cut the same on these boys.
Hey, that's funny as hell, man. Listen, Muhammad Yahya versus Kauê Fernandes. Fernandes doesn't even look real in this picture. He looks like a damn guy. What the fuck? I didn't realize that putting it together.
Sims character.
He does. Sims fucking 3 up in here. I think that Muhammad Yahya is going to lose because he's ultimately kind of meh. Kauê Fernandes fought Mark Chiesa in the debut. He lost a competitive-ish fight. He was getting wrestled up a lot, but normally Kauê Fernandes actually offers some legit threats with takedowns. Muhammad Yahya is coming off the Trevor Peak loss. He struggles with pressure. Yahya is a guy that can fight well at a calculated and technical pace, but when you put that pressure on him, I think he gets uncomfortable. And then you have the option of mixing in takedowns with Kauê Fernandes. I think Fernandes is en route to a lopsided decision, and I think he's going to get it done in this fight.
Look, if anybody gets a bullshit decision, it's Yahya, because he's from United Arab Emirates. He's from Dubai. He's going to get, if there's any hometown guy, it's definitely Yahya. And so you would think they would match make nicely for him. But look at his UFC debut. It was against Chepe Mariscal beat him. Trevor Peek.
Peekaboo.
If you're getting outstruck by Trevor Peek, like, dog, Trevor Peek's not the most technical guy, as to where Fernandes, I think, should be able to smack him up nicely. Fernandes winning by knockout makes a lot of sense to me. He's just a better fighter. With that being said, he's the away team. Make no mistake, this is going to be Yahya's house. The UFC's promoted him. Like, they got Umar and fucking Corey Sandhagen, and they got Yahya, if you've seen the posters, promoting him in Abu Dhabi. So he's going to have a pop from the crowd. He's going to have those little biases towards him. Just be aware of that if you decide to bet on it. I got Fernandes as well. TKO.
Fernandes, TKO. I think that he is a good pick to win, but we do have to talk about an atrocious betting line. He is currently a minus 400 favorite with Yahya as a plus 300 underdog. Those odds are really wide. I mean, I know Kauê Fernandes fought a higher tier opponent in his debut in Mark Chiesa, but to be this large of a favorite after a loss against Yahya is a little bit of a head scratcher. I thought he deserved 2-1 status, as he's seemingly more well-rounded and offers a pretty viable grappling threat here. But yeah, it's 4-1, bro.
Wow. I did not expect that. I swear I looked at the odds on Tuesday. I swear I did. Maybe they're wider now. That's interesting. I mean, we can't let the bookies make our picks for us. I don't think it's that wide, though, guys. Wise, member for 2 months. Wise, you are very wise, man. And Wise just recently joined my Telegram. Shout out to him. Thank you, Wise. I'm dropping the bets tomorrow.
Let's go. Wise is a gangster, bro. My boy. Shout out, Wise. What's up, homie?
He's on both of our teams, dude. He's a fucking member here, too. Let's go, Wise.
He's a G. Well, Fernandes should win. He's a really chalky favorite, though. Personally, I think maybe in like a long shot if you needed another leg, but you're not. I mean, there's no money line play here, that's for sure.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you would have to parlay this one, right? I told you I straight money lined Tom Aspinall. I didn't give
Aspinall.
I was like, fuck it, 4-1, fuck it.
It's Aspinall.
200. I'll throw 200 at that.
Yeah, you knew he was going to win, though. It's Aspinall, bro. Unless he tears his shit up, he's winning.
Exactly. Yeah, you got to injure him. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's true. Fernandes is not Aspinall. Fair point.
Yeah. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card. This is our featured prelim of the night. We have Alonzo Menifield versus Azamat Murzakanov. I'm going with Azamat Murzakanov, but if you would have booked this fight 3 months ago, prior to Menifield's abysmal performance against Carlos Ulberg, where he sprinted at him and got knocked out in 12 seconds, I may have had some faith on Menifield. So I'm taking that into consideration. So it's a stay away fight as far as betting lines for me, because simply I look at this matchup and I'm like, yes, Murzakanov is relatively slick with the hands, but he was very tired in the third round against Dustin Jacoby. He did lose the first 2 rounds against Stefan Chukwi. I don't feel confident in a Murzakanov pick, but ultimately, how can I really feel that confident on Menifield? If I'm going to go out and pick Menifield, it's like, listen, I'm looking for a dog. He's got some power. He's an athletic guy. I'm going to pick Murzakanov, but the more I talk about it, I do see a path where Menifield can hurt him with a big punch, but he's just too unreliable, and Murzakanov is still undefeated as a pro. Say what you want about him. He does always find a way to win. So I'm going to go with the guy who has yet to taste defeat, as opposed to Menifield, who, he's athletic and powerful. He is a bit of a dud at times. That Alberg performance was atrocious, man. The game plan was crazy to me to go out that wild and get caught in one punch. And it wasn't that long ago either. So I have to worry about his chin if Murzakanov hits him with something clean too, because he's got relatively good boxing.
Absolutely. I think better boxing, right? I think he's going to be fine. I think Menifield's just a fucking powerhouse. Like, Menifield's just strong as shit in the clinch or wherever you're at with him. I think Murzakanov's overall a better fighter. I think he should be able to take this fight over, probably grind out a decision. I don't know. Does he finish Menifield?
I think that he's live to catch him, but I wouldn't call it a lock to catch him.
And Murzakanov's on a streak. Dustin Jacoby win, big deal. Devin Clark win. Yeah, we're picking him over Menifield for sure. And I like that he's finishing those guys too. So I don't see why he doesn't finish a Menifield who's been knocked out, who's lost just recently to Carlos Olberg, of course. So yeah, we're gonna go with Murzakanov. I think he could get the fight done. Let's say ground and pound.
Ground and pound. Okay, I respect the call. Minus 194 for Murzakanov, whereas Menifield's a plus 169 underdog. If you're on Murzakanov by a knockout, you currently have a plus 125 tag for that KO. If you like over 1.5, it's minus 145. But looking at Menifield's last fight, it went 12 seconds. So I wouldn't hold my breath on that.
It's fucking Olberg, dude. Right? Yeah. Chill on the over-under on this one. Anything can happen with this one, man.
Agreed.
I like to my bias generally is like girl fights. I kind of bet the overs, especially when I see that it depends on the matchup, right? When you got really lopsided skills, then somebody could submit somebody or whatever. But in a fight like this, you got to look at Moneyline.
Yeah, agreed. We're going Murzakanov to get it done on both fronts to close out a pretty stacked prelim card. And now we're going to jump to our main card opener. If you guys haven't yet, but you're enjoying the money line, smash the like button. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I've been on this road to 35K, and I'm getting closer and closer. So if you're liking what you're hearing, get us, one step closer to it. Let's make it happen.
Turn the post notifications on.
Yoel Alvarez versus Elves Brener. I got to go with Elves Brener to beat Yoel Alvarez. And my reasoning for it is Alvarez does accept bottom position. Now, he has really good jiu-jitsu, but Elves Brener does too. And he's good from top position. Brener is also a guy that has a lot of toughness and grit. Even though he lost to Mitabek Orabai, he gave him an incredibly tough fight there. And late in the fight was still coming hard. And really the only reason that fight wasn't a draw is because in the last second, Orabai landed a straight right on an off-balance Brener that put him down and secured a win for himself. But that was really damn close. I think that Elves Brener can find top position in this fight against Alvarez, garner control time. I also do think that Brener has a power punching advantage. Now, I will say Yoel Alvarez probably has better Muay Thai. He's got a nice reach advantage here. He's a dangerous guy, but he has horrible takedown defense. You know what his takedown defense rate is at, bro? 11%. As good as he is on the ground, he is constantly taken down in fights. And against Elves Brener, I just can't pick that. I'm going with Brener decision.
But he wins fights. This ain't fucking Armin Sarukian. I'm going with Joel Alvarez. I think that he's more technically sound. Now, Elves Brener hits like a fucking Mack truck. All right? Guram Kutateladze could be whooping that ass. It don't matter. Wham! He could tee something up. For sure, he's a home run hitter. But I like that Joel Alvarez gives you smoke with the hands. Whack, hits the low kick. Smoke with the hands. Whack, hits the low kick. I do believe that they'll be competitive on the ground. Alvarez could pop back up on his feet. And I got Joel Alvarez in this one. I like his cardio too. He's experienced now in the UFC. He's got a nice record in the UFC. I think he's game to beat Brener. He's better all around than Brener, I believe. I believe Brener hits harder, and that's a problem. But people aren't like one punch knocking out Joel Alvarez, man. His striking's clean, AJ. Tell me that he crosses his T's, he dots his I's, he keeps his fucking hands up, he throws good shots, he's got a nice, well-rounded game, despite the wrestling. Give me Joel Alvarez. I'm against AJ on this one.
I respect it. I respect it. I get why you're on Joel Alvarez. He's a good fighter. El Phenomena's fun. I like the style, but I think Elvis Brener has a chance.
Peruvian, bro.
You think he pulls through, man? All right, Finchman on Alvarez. He's the favorite right now, minus 163, with Brener as a plus 143 underdog. And over 1.5 at minus 175 is definitely not crazy for this fight. Even though Alvarez is historically a finisher, Elvis Brener, very difficult guy to put away. Brener by decision is my official method of victory prediction here. It currently sits at plus 275. And Finch, you think a decision for Alvarez?
I'm thinking, yeah. Let's say decision. Even though he could fucking finish fights too. Let's say decision.
Plus 375 for Alvarez.
Reeve says someone on Discord put 400 on a 9-leg parlay and hit. I had somebody bet all of my picks. He bet all 5 of my picks on the last fight night, so before UFC 304, and hit. He put 300 and something down and got some fat ass return. I forgot what it was, $2,500 back or something. So,
let's go.
Yeah, fuck.
Shout out to the Discord and shout out to the Telegram.
What is his name? Cruz. Shout out to Cruz. If he's watching, he's gonna be happy. Shout out to Cruz.
Damn, now I gotta fucking see who was Mr. Big Money on the fucking Discord, man. Let me check this out. Let's see if I found it. 19 leg. Yeah, shout out. It was Wise, bro. He hit a fucking 19 leg parlay.
Let's go. That's Wise. Where Wise got the money to sign up for the fucking premium bets. My shit. Thank you, Wise. Let's go. There you go, Wise. Good man. Congrats. I'm glad it went to Wise. That's dope.
Let's go. Listen, we're gonna keep running up. Finchman and I disagreeing on this one. Him going with the OG Alvarez and going with Brener. Definitely possible. This.
Yeah, I mean,
Brenner's a gangster.
It's kind of what happens to Brener, right? He's not the better fighter and then wins the fight.
He's got that dog in him.
And it bites.
Let's get to the next fight. We have ladies going after it. Mackenzie Dern versus Lupi Godinez.
My neighbor.
I think Lupi Godinez has got this fight. I think she outdogs Mackenzie Dern over a hard-fought 3-round battle. Lupi a little tighter with the boxing. I've had my gripes about Mackenzie Dern's hands in the past. It's not that she's horrible in the striking, but I do feel like as fatigue sets in or after she's hit with a good punch, she does tend to stray back upon old bad habits like blitzing with the chin straight up and the hands low. She was rocked against Amanda Lemos pretty bad in that fight and nearly stopped. I just have a feeling that Godinez she's going to want it so bad because she's always been so close. And now this is a big name. She gets to fight. Godinez looked okay against Jandiroba and lost, who's looked amazing recently. I just feel like Godinez is right there. I think the improvement, the grit, the momentum, even though she's coming off of a loss, she had a good little streak going. I think Lupi Godinez is coming into her flow state, and I think she can get a close decision here against a pretty, solid veteran and a fun fighter to watch, Mackenzie Dern. I think this is Godinez's big win. Big win of her career, Lupi Godinez by decision.
Lupi Godinez at dog money. Woof, woof. Let's go. I like Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie Dern's awesome. Mackenzie Dern appeared on our show. Remember when we were interviewing Jason Perillo and Mackenzie Dern dropped in? That was dope. We're rooting for Mackenzie Dern. We like Mackenzie Dern.
I'm rooting for Lupi.
What the? How fucking dare you? I'm telling Mackenzie if I see her again. I saw her out here on the beach.
She came in the show. I never forget. I never forget what she said. She said, "Oh, I want my coach back." She was rushing us, man.
Is that what was going on? She came out and rushed us. AJ's pissed at Mackenzie Dern. Holy shit. Holy shit. She gave us a fucking Instagram reel and AJ's pissed. Wow. All right, man. I'm not pissed. I'm rooting for Mackenzie Dern. All right. But Lupi Godinez seems like a bad enough matchup for her, man. Mackenzie Dern finding a way to lose to Amanda Lemos, and you guys saw Verna. She fucked with my head because Verna Jandiroba. I ended up flipping my pick at the last minute, but Verna
I influenced you. I brought you to the dark side.
What the fuck? But at least it was right. Verna Jandiroba was able to kind of smoke Amanda Lemos, and so that made me think, okay, what did Mackenzie Dern do? And I rewatched that fight. I did. And Mackenzie Dern finds ways to end up on bottom. An issue is that Mackenzie Dern just throws up submissions. She has a very active guard. She's the Patty Pimblett of the ladies. She attacks off her back. She really does. And it makes the fights dynamic, and it gets her sweeps, and it puts these girls in bad positions. And sometimes these girls got to tap. Lupi Godinez has to fight smart. That's kind of a tall order for Lupi Godinez because her fight IQ, not the best, but she has the skills to beat Mackenzie Dern. She's a better striker. AJ said it perfectly. Mackenzie Dern gets undisciplined with her striking. Shout out to Jason Perillo. We love him, but it's a problem. And, she's going to get outstruck by Lupi Godinez. I have no doubt about that. My question is, how does the grappling go? If Lupi Godinez uses her grappling defensively, just kickboxes her up, she should coast to a 30-27. If she decides to, when she's in a firefight with Mackenzie Dern, gets hit a little bit, decides to shoot for a takedown, which is her natural reaction, which we saw Bobby Green just fucking do. If she pulls a Bobby Green, Mackenzie could win this fight. I'm with the dog. I'm with Lupi, and I'm with a 30-27 decision. She could do it.
I think we're on to a quality underdog here. Godinez is a -103 underdog with Dern at -117 with an over at -270. I'd say that's good as gold. And I think that Godinez by decision sitting at +125 pretty likely. Both of us on the Lupi side. And I know some people have been saying, oh, Mackenzie Dern, she beat Verna Jandiroba. Okay, she beat the old school Verna. Verna has come into a different flow now. You can't compare the Verna from a few years back to the Verna now. She's gotten significantly better and is absolutely prime. So, yes, Mackenzie Dern has a win over the name Verna, but not the same Verna.
And Verna right now is one of the best women, if not the best, in the division. She shoots from way too far out. We'll talk about that in her next fight. But, I do think that Mackenzie Dern, her jiu-jitsu is a lot better than Lupi's. But, Lupi is not – you don't see Lupi getting subbed in the UFC. So I think she could figure this out, man. Yeah, we're on Lupi. Let's go, Lupi. Let's go. Now you got me rooting for Lupi. No, I'm rooting for my neighbor, but I'm picking Lupi.
Let's go. Lupi Godinez, the pick for the Finchman and I both. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card, we have the legend Tony Ferguson versus Michael Chiesa. Can we just take a moment to stare at these pictures for a second? Don't they both look like they're in their 50s from these profile pics? You see what I'm saying?
Michael Chiesa looks like a wizard from Lord of the Rings in this picture. Doesn't he look like the guy with the fucking? He'd be the brown wizard, the guy with he's got rabbits who bring him around like in a sleigh. He should be that guy. He's the nature wizard. Yeah, they got miles on him.
They got some miles. Listen, the fight though is a battle of legends. I've been picking Michael Chiesa because Tony Ferguson seems so far from his prime, but I will tell you, I would not bet Michael Chiesa, and I will be hoping and praying for a Tony Ferguson win. Tony Ferguson for the W. Tony Ferguson to break the 7-fight losing streak. Tony Ferguson, 5 fights in a title. Let's go. T-Ferg to turn it around is my hope. I'm picking Michael Chiesa to win a boring decision, though. But I really hope that I'm reading this fight way wrong and I'm underestimating Tony Ferguson. And Ferguson is the Darce Knight. And Chiesa's got some weak Darce choke defense. So listen, T-Ferg by sub is always live. But I will pick Michael Chiesa for fuck's sake. Oh, I hate it, but like I can't pick a 7-fight losing streak Ferguson. It's just falling apart now. He is sparring though.
Yeah, I heard that. I sparred 10,000 rounds or whatever he said.
Yeah, he said for real. He said 120 though. That's pretty crazy.
I don't know. In camp, I think that makes sense. People are on T-Ferg, bro. Tony, easy money. Kaya, you're tripping, bro. If you think betting on Tony Ferguson when he's 150 years old is easy money, you're tripping for sure. Look, Tony Ferguson doesn't have a real camp. He's out here in Costa Mesa. training. What's with all my Orange County folks? He's out here in Costa Mesa with these makeshift camps. Now, I actually haven't looked into this camp, but I could definitely say for his previous camps, he's out here like putting these camps together. Like you just said, he wasn't sparring before. So, yeah, not the best. Tony Ferguson's more dynamic on the feet, more dynamic everywhere. More dangerous on the feet. I mean, he smacked Michael Chandler with a good one, right? He's definitely live on the feet. But are you going to really bet on Tony Ferguson? I guess because he's a 4-1 dog. Some of you crazy motherfuckers will, but keep him slim, guys. Keep him, and then watch. Tony's going to land some crazy shit, and somebody like, damn, I should have bet 1,000. Yeah, I hate telling people how much to bet, but I'll just speak for myself and say that I am not going to touch this fight because Michael Chiesa is a huge favorite, and Michael Chiesa quits and just got submitted by Kevin Holland, who's not the best submission artist. He is a jiu-jitsu black belt, but
you got Oleksiejczuk in that nice armbar too.
So Michael Chiesa is good on the ground. Michael Chiesa should be able to control this fight. I believe it's the wrestling of Michael Chiesa that'll matter here. Tony Ferguson was a wrestler at some point, but if you don't use it, you lose it. And he has definitely lost a touch, a step, or 2 or 3 or 10
or 7.
Wrestling, you know. So I believe that the wrestling of Michael Chiesa will make the difference here. Give me Michael Chiesa, maybe even finishing Tony Ferguson.
Ham Cam, thank you for the month of membership. Tony by sub sprinkle is super necessary. Area gangster.
Yo, Chiesa's a submission artist, guys. If anything, Tony's the better striker. What are you guys saying sub for?
Hey, shout out Talmo for the 349. Tony for the win. Title run starts here. To answer, I think the reason they're saying sub is just it looks like Chiesa's got that Darce choke weakness, man. I mean, He got subbed up by Luke. He got subbed up by Holland, but granted, he went distance with Brady.
When somebody throws that Darce choke on you, you need to get your elbow up and away. People try to get their elbow down this way. You want to get your elbow out this way. Craig Jones posted a video recently. Was it Craig or B Team posted it? Might have been B Team actually. And it's on their Instagram or YouTube. Where now I'm giving you all these different places to go. But the elbow coming up through the armpit creates enough separation to be able to get that out there. You can hang on to a leg. You could post your hand on the mat. There's a couple different, you could flatten out like you're, a flying squirrel. There's a bunch of different ways you grab your leg. I mean, you see how many ways you can get out of the Darce. Can he train the fucking Darce? Is Tony's Darce that nasty? It was in 2018. Michael Chiesa should be able to out-wrestle Tony Ferguson, y'all.
Yeah, respectable pick for both of us. The odds for the fight have Chiesa at -635, Ferguson a +460 underdog, Chiesa decision +135, but Ferguson by sub, you still got +675. Let's get it.
Yo, people are on Tony Ferguson, man. People are on. I'm telling you, Tony is not losing. I manifested this. Reckon you don't get to manifest the future. Reckon? Are you a wizard? You don't get to This ain't a fucking movie. This is real life. People think we playing chess. That was a Drake line. That you can't manifest.
That's
Tony Ferguson's dub. You know who can? Tony in the cage. That's it. Get out of here with your wizardry. The only wizard is Michael Chiesa right there. That's the only fucking wizard I see.
That's funny, man. Listen, I'm hoping that Ferguson finds a way, but living in the real world, we're going to have to assume Chiesa wins the fight, unfortunately. Finch and I both picking Chiesa. Let's get to our next fight, which is our featured bout of the night. We have Marlon Chito Vera versus Davison Figueiredo. I'm going with Chito. I'm not writing him off just yet. I think that O'Malley lost, they write him off. And, of course, Figgy's riding high. He's 2-0 at bantamweight right now. He bodied Rob Font and Cody Garbrandt, submitted Cody Garbrandt pretty easily on the ground. Vera's a lot bigger than him, though. And I feel like Vera could hurt him with a clean shot, defend some takedowns, win a competitive decision. I have a crazy theory that Figgy wins the first 2 rounds and then gets 10-8'd in round number 3, and we have a draw. That would be pretty wild. I doubt that actually comes to fruition, but a funny little guess. I'm going to go with Vera, a close one on the scorecards. I think he's got that dog. How can I doubt this Ecuadorian savage? I'm going with Chito Vera to find the way against Figueiredo. I think he could hurt him. Say a decision for Chito in a hard fight.
All right, I just watched him weigh in because I saw one of you guys comment that Chito had a brutal weigh-in. My inkling on this fight, and he did look emaciated, but he made weight. My inkling on this fight is that Chito's going to have distance management issues, and Chito's a 5-round fighter, right? Davis and Figueiredo's a 3-round fighter. This fight is 3 rounds. So it's already, favoring Davison in that sense. Chito's bigger. Chito hits harder, even though fucking Davidson can crack too. But I think the distance management will be an issue because Davis and Figueiredo training with Henry Cejudo got that karate stance now where he moves in and out. The way Davison has been fighting recently, old Davison bangs with Chito and gets knocked out, probably. But new Davison, the way he's fighting with the calf kicks and the karate stance, brother, I think it can work out. And Chito's been over at Arta Jiu-Jitsu training with, Guy Mendez and Tynan Dolfra, maybe even Kolabate. That's great, but he hasn't, it's not enough to be able to pick him on the ground against a nice black belt in Davis and Figueiredo. So Davis and Figueiredo's got it in the grappling. I think he's got it in the striking. I think he's got this one. Give me Figgy.
Finch, your mic sounds weird.
Mic check. 1, 2.
That's
Are we
better.
recording? I'm cancerous. When I diss, you wouldn't want to answer this if you responded back with a battle rap you wrote with cannabis. I'll strangle you to death and choke you again. I'll break your fucking legs till your bones poke through your skin. You beef with me, you're going to even a score equally. I'll take you on Jerry Springer. I'll beat your ass legally. So
Is that Eminem or is that Mike Finch? May the real Slim Shady please stand up.
Please stand up. I'm still
Holy
sitting down.
shit.
I was Slim Shady in, 6th grade. Okay. Blonde hair.
That's funny as
Fucking,
fuck.
I did the whole thing. All right.
That's funny,
he just
man.
pops out of me sometimes.
I think that you have a point. I know you know the inside scoop of, Figueiredo doing his thing. You've seen him spar. And you've seen Chito. So you're telling me Chito's jiu-jitsu is not nice enough?
Not nice enough.
Okay.
Not nice enough. Yeah. Not for Davis and Figueiredo, brother.
Okay. All right.
But I like your Vera pick. And you know what, folks? Vera's always dangerous. He's always dangerous. He could always just slam a KO. Wasn't it Dominic Cruz who he lit up? He could always slam a KO in there. And he's a bigger guy than Figgy. So I ain't hating on you, AJ. I'm just on the other side.
Respect. Money Mahler, thank you for gifting a membership. I appreciate you, bro. Big W. Money Mahler. Bobby Green in the flesh. Let's go.
Let's go. Yo,
The
good
odds
fight,
for
though.
the fight. The good fight. Yeah, the odds have a slight favorite towards Figgy at -145. Cheeto's a +125 underdog here with an over 2.5 at -325.
Hit me with a Figgy decision.
Figgy to win via decision is currently sitting at -115.
Damn, it's still fucking minus money? What the fuck? All right. Thanks.
I know. Is what it is.
As Max Holloway says.
It is what it is. Finchman and I on opposite ends of this one. Let's keep running up. Next fight on the card is our co-main event of the evening. We have Shara Bullet Magomedov versus Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. You got to go, at least for me, Shara Bullet Magomedov. I think that the slick striking is still there. I don't think you can really write him off too quickly. I know the fight against Tricoli was less than impressive, but fight before he turned Bruno Silva into a wrestler, and Bruno Silva is a pretty dangerous kickboxer, at least for most of his career, with big knockout power. I think Shara Bullet's kicking skills are pretty live. I think his striking from distance is better than Oleksiejczuk's. And, bro, it was like 7 weeks ago, Oleksiejczuk's arm looked like he got completely ripped apart against Kevin Holland, and now he's turning around and taking the fight against Shara Bullet. I don't fall into the BS that he's fine. I think his arm is a little fucked up from that fight. I think they kind of just threw him in here. Listen, take Shara Bullet. You get a nice paycheck. Let's go to work. I'm not saying he's taking a dive, but I'm not so sure where Oleksiejczuk's game is at. I mean, his arm looked broken. It was out of position against Kevin Holland. And to turn around that fast, it just doesn't make sense. His arm, nothing was torn. He didn't need 4 to 6 weeks off, and the fight's 7 weeks later.
I'm getting fucking deja vu with Jamal Hill, though. I said this exact thing about Jamal Hill.
With the arm, and then he was fine right after.
Came back nicely.
Yeah, true. I mean, it could have just looked nasty. Oleksiejczuk
it was nasty.
It was nasty. Oleksiejczuk hits hard, though. He's a decent southpaw, but I think Bullet kicks him with some big shit. Some nice body kicks he lays on him. He's got the speed advantage. And I honestly think Magomedov, Bullet, is the better grappler between the two because Oleksiejczuk is awful on the ground.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's really where I start to go with Bullet because Bullet on the feet is a way better kicker. Way better kicker. His issue is going to be with boxing with Michael Oleksiejczuk. Michael Oleksiejczuk's got hands. I've always liked Michael Oleksiejczuk's hands, picked him before. Michael Oleksiejczuk could box for sure, but I think he's going to be out-kicked in this matchup. And then you got to favor Bullet on the ground. You got to favor Bullet based on where they're fighting. I know, Polish power for Oleksiejczuk, but that's the most Polish name I've ever seen. But my mom's maiden name is Nadzieja. AJ, spell Nadzieja. Some Polish shit, huh? I don't even know where to fucking start, right?
N-E-J-A-I-Y-A-Y.
There's a J in there. That's what I'm saying. That's the most Polish fucking name I've ever seen. So
holy shit.
I guess he's not too far from home. But no, let's go with Shara Bullet. Yeah. I think Bullet should be able to get this one done with his legs, man. He should be able to just kick that stomach, kick those legs, pull this thing out. Maybe he does get a finish. I don't know. Bullet, I got to figure out whether he's going to finish the fight or not. But Moneyline looks fine to me right now, and maybe you do parlay it up.
Bullet currently is a minus 230 favorite with Oleksiejczuk as a plus 195 underdog. The over 1.5 is minus 120. Bullet by KO is minus 115 with a decision for Bullet at plus 325. The money line minus 230 is not horribly wide. You think if he loses, he's done? I think he means Oleksiejczuk. I think
I heard that too, that Oleksiejczuk was posting some shit on Instagram. I don't know. I'm not even going to go to his Instagram. But what matters is, Patty thought about pulling out of the Bobby Green fight. It's like, how much do these things matter? When they say fight, what do you fight like? That's what matters.
Fair. Listen, the AJ flying knee by Shara. Yeah, I think that's it. Well,
motherfucker threw a flying knee at a bouncer. That bouncer did not expect that, AJ.
No, nobody expects that type of shit, man.
Bouncers,
I don't even expect it.
Or this.
Yeah.
Not a flying knee, dude.
No.
That's crazy.
I'll go down as the Jorge Masvidal of the streets, Game bred as fuck.
Holy shit. You ever going back to that club?
Bro, the reason I don't want to go back is because 2 weeks later, a few people got killed in the front of it.
It's wild out there in Florida, huh?
Yeah, so I'll I prefer safe. I prefer nicer areas now. That's a pretty rough area, and I'll pass.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, that's a good reason. Fair enough.
Yeah. Well, Bullet to win. The one-eyed king versus Mr. One Arm. I think I'm picking the guy with one eye.
Yo, he had some comments about the Olympics, too. You guys could check out what he said about the Olympics as well. I got it right here. If you just give me a second. I got you, bro. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop, bop. 3, 2, 1. Here it is. I was going to try to do his accent, but no way.
I don't even know how he talks.
Yeah, I have no idea. I felt like they just tried to mock everybody. It rather looked like he's talking about the ceremony. It rather looked like a meme than a real official ceremony. They really mocked people watching it. I used to be a fan of the Olympics and collected memorabilia from Atlanta, Sydney. I collected those Olympic memorabilia and it's still kept at my place. But now I feel like burning all this stuff down. Yeah, the Olympics is really fucking around. They're really fucking around. I don't know. The opening ceremony, whatever. I don't give a fuck. But
it was weird. The guy's balls was in it.
Dude's punching women in the face. Yeah, that's where I'll draw the line. And I'm a super accepting person too. Like I got I did stage theater, bro. I've been around plenty of gay people of all kinds.
Yeah. Right.
Different when you're fighting. It matters, what you were born at. How do we get back into this? It's because Shara Bullet is on our team too. All right, we all agree. Next,
let's get to the main event of the evening. If you're watching and enjoying, make sure you guys smash the likes. And if you're new, subscribe. We have Kauê Sandhagen versus Umar Nurmagomedov. I'm going to be going with Umar Nurmagomedov to slowly work his way up to the heir of the Nurmagomedov throne. I think it's written in the stars that he's going to win this fight. I have a hard time fading against the damn Khabib Nurmagomedov cousin. The bloodline of greatness already. The wrestling game is next level. Kauê Sandhagen, as good as the striking is, I think the wrestling is a problem here, and Umar is going to be putting it on him. Umar's kicking skill set is also relatively good. I say he's a quality striker overall with a proven game. I know that he hasn't gotten the signature win, but he's been training in the same room amongst Khabib, amongst his brother Usman Nurmagomedov, who's one of the best lightweights outside of the UFC, and Islam Makhachev, the current lightweight champion. So you can't tell me he's not already seen extremely high-level looks in the training room. I think that is going to translate well, and I think he gets a hard-fought decision over an absolute savage, but ultimately a guy who's just not going to be good enough to take out Nurmagomedov. So Umar Nurmagomedov, and still undefeated.
I loved Kauê Sandhagen's performance against Marlon Vera. I loved his performance against Rob Font. I was definitely on his side for those. He showed his grappling chops. You've already known about the flying knees and the good striking. I did my best to try and pick Kauê Sandhagen in this fight, but make no mistake, he is on enemy territory. They've got Team Khabib. Khabib has his own gym set up out there. They fly out really early. Khabib ran the whole camp for Umar Nurmagomedov, and you could see the improvements in Umar Nurmagomedov. As soon as he got that knockout in Vegas, you could really see, oh shit, he's putting this all together. I think he should be able to beat a Kauê Sandhagen who's game, who's a veteran, who's been there, done that. I mean, Kauê Sandhagen has fought TJ Dillashaw, Piotr Jan, Frankie Edgar, Marlon Moraes, Aljamain Sterling. He's seen the best of the best, and he's gone back and forth with those guys, wins and losses. He's a very good fighter, Kauê Sandhagen is. So this is a real test for Umar Nurmagomedov. When you look to Umar Nurmagomedov, the resume looks nothing like that, right? Nate Maness, Raoni Barcelos is the guy he knocked out with the left hook. He hasn't fought anybody like that. So I did my best to try to come here today and pick Kauê Sandhagen. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I think Umar Nurmagomedov's the better wrestler. He might get tagged up on the feet a little bit. There is a risk of running into a knee as he shoots in, but he doesn't shoot stupid. I think he'll set it up fine, get a clinch on the fence, drag him onto the ground, do his thing, and over 5 rounds beat down on Kauê Sandhagen. Give me Umar Nurmagomedov with the decision.
Umar is a minus 310 favorite, with Sandhagen as a plus 260 underdog, and over 3.5 at minus 205, and an Umar Nurmagomedov decision at plus 115. I think this is his coming out party. It's at home territory essentially for him, and I don't think that 2 OV Dagestan fighters are going to lose in the Middle East in a row. We saw Ikram taking out a Rob Whittaker, and that was obviously a real short notice fight. I don't think Nurmagomedov is losing to Sandhagen. And these two have been preparing for each other for a long time, and I'm confident that Umar Nurmagomedov's got the game plan.
No Paku. I was singing in the background. AJ said written in the stars. Written in the stars, million miles away.
That's funny.
You know what I'm saying? I was out here singing. Sandman Lock, don't sleep. Thank you, Bright Boxer. You're very bright for donating $2.79. CA, what, California dollars? What is CA?
That's the California commie token right there.
Yo, we don't accept that in Huntington Beach, bro. This is very
Holy
capitalist over here in Huntington Beach.
That's great.
We don't fuck around with all that. Thank you very much for the 279. That was sweet.
Listen, I think Nurmagomedov's good. I think he's got this shit. I'm picking on Money Mahler. Thank you for gifting a membership. You're a gangster for that. You're a G. It's how it goes down. Nurmagomedov on the scorecards makes sense.
It makes sense. They're on a, you know, that team, man. They give you the confidence. It's like, you know, you normally see a guy stepping up with that record, with wins over Raoni Barcelos and that type of level, and coming up to a Corey Sandhagen fight in a main event, and you criticize him for that, right? Like, oh, it's his first main event, you know, all this pressure. That team makes you feel like you're supposed to win, right? I think it happened to Bilal Muhammad, AJ. I think it happened to Bilal Muhammad, where Bilal's like, I've wrestled Khabib. What the fuck are these guys going to do to me? You know, I wrestle Islam Makhachev. What is Leon Edwards going to feel like? I'm going to pick him up like he's a bitch. You know, I think that really ends up happening, where they just flip that mental switch and they're able to go full speed and go all out. And it manifests itself. You get a little bit of momentum in the fight, and, you know, it changes everything. So I think he's going to walk out with Islam Makhachev and Khabib standing behind him. And I think he's going to be able to put on a solid performance against a true veteran in Corey Sandhagen. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm hype as hell to see it. I'll be live for the whole card. Make sure you guys don't miss it. Now, Finch, I'm going to do the lock of the night. If you are joining me, you're free to. If not, you give me all the support as I drop.
I was going to say, what, are you going to let me dip? I just turned my camera off and I'm out of here? Holy
shit. See you later.
I want to hear your lock of the night. Let's go.
We're going to get into it. Moneyline, lock of the night. Moneyline, lock of the night, UFC Abu Dhabi. I got to get it chalky. I got to go with Chalky Locky, and I got to represent America. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? Cedriquez Dumas, the All-American, to dominate Dennis Tiuliulin straight down the center. You can parlay it up. He's representing America beautifully in the foreign land, and he's going to come home with a dominant W. I believe in him. I'm proud. He's going to come out to that song I heard. I'm proud to be an American.
Smoking a joint.
At least I know I'm free. He's high as hell.
And I won't. And then he's going to fucking end up in that Abu Dhabi prison. Don't bring weed, Cedric.
Don't bring the weed, Cedric.
Don't bring the fucking weed, dude.
He'll be doing 10
we're not just he's fought high before. He said himself.
Yes. Yeah. We don't want him high. I want sober Cedriquez Dumas. If I can kick the reefer, so can he. Let's go. Dumas sober, A tier lock.
That being said, Nick Diaz go plotted Takanori Gomi high. He pissed with so much THC in his urine that they said he had to be high while he was fighting Takanori Gomi. So you can fight high.
You know what? Dumas, keep it sober in the Middle East, and it'll be good as gold, man. Let's get to the parlay.
All the competition that try to compete, stand back, watch the bomb drop.
Parlay time. Open up your wallets. It's 2:34 a.m. and I'm a little bit tired. Yeah. I need to put in some match. Oh, Finch is still saying.
Go ahead. No, go.
Finch is still saying, I need to put something together quick because Finch, I got timestamps to do after this show. All right. So, representing Bahrain, Shamil Gaziev. Representing All Stars MMA, Guram Kutateladze. Put them together. That is going to be the Moneyline show parlays. But if you're looking for an expansive sheet of all my parlays, Wednesday's episode of this week's Best MMA Bets, I have been on fire. I hit a plus 2,000 parlay on the DGen bet for the UFC. Was it Denver? What was the card? Now I'm forgetting everything. UFC Vegas. It was the Duho Choi fight that was on the card. I think it was the Jandaroba Lemos card. After that, this past weekend, plus 1,200. Every parlay for the most part is hitting. You guys got to check out that show. You get all the parlays here. I'm just doing those two together. And Finch, man, I'm ready to lay down, bro. I think I might sleep in here. I might sleep on the fucking desk up here. I'm ready to pass out.
Thank you for staying up for me, AJ. AJ had to move it from Monday, but then I'm a fucking working man, bro.
I bring it in. That's why I do it at all hours. I didn't have caffeine before this because I had some caffeine earlier. I don't want to be up all night.
You don't need it. Caffeine's a drug too, kid. You don't need it.
I'm a drug addict of caffeine, actually.
Yeah, a lot of people are. Yo, I don't usually have caffeine, but when I do, damn, I'm productive as hell.
Let's go.
I have a little, it's called Lee's, this spot by my gym. I get the Lee's coffee, iced coffee. They use what kind of milk is it? Anyway, it's tremendous taste. It's candy. And wow, it'll just change my attitude. I'm focused. So, when I do caffeine is before I compete. So if I go compete, like I competed at ADCC this year, I did a 5-hour energy before I went out on the mat. And I had another one to take because I was doing I had 5 matches. So
how many 5-hour energies do you have?
2.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say 5. I'm like, this guy's fucking crazy. Holy shit.
No, I take a little sip off of the other one.
That's nice.
And it makes you go full speed. It makes you focus. Yeah. So that's if you're gonna do drugs, I guess caffeine's it. Listen, guys, AJ gave his lock in his parlay, and I didn't because I'm giving out my actual bets. I'm gonna record it tonight. Fuck it. I'm gonna watch these ceremonial weigh-ins. I'm gonna see how everybody looks. I'm gonna make my actual bets first, and then I'm gonna drop that on my Telegram tomorrow. If you guys want to check that out, go over to my channel. I drop my most confident picks. The link is in the description of the channel and that video. I hope to see you guys there. The Telegram is completely free, where I drop some free bets, and then I'm giving you guys my favorite bets on Telegram as well. So hope to see you over there, and make sure you hang out with AJ live for this one, right?
Yes, sir. Listen, live every day, all day for the most part. Content several times a day. You know where to find me, right here, MMA Experts channel. If you haven't already subscribed, what the hell are you doing? Make sure you subscribe and smash the likes on your way out. Let's go.
Yeah, Tyson's got a great point. If you want to see somebody competing high, any 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. I cannot believe. I remember I went in there. What 10th Planet was it? 10th Planet Chicago? I went in there, and there was a cop. I know because he fucking drove the cop car there. He got out of his car and came in to do jiu-jitsu. I'm like, this place reeks of weed. This was back when weed was illegal.
Yeah.
Reeked of weed. I mean, any 10th Planet, generally, everybody's stoned. So those guys know how to compete high. There's Rolling Stones, too. So maybe Cedric Dumas can do it high. Anyway, folks, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for staying up late with us. We'll see you soon. Godspeed.
Peace out, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.